Welcome to session 7. In here we will begin to explore ACT in detail. In this session we will see what is an ACT score, an ACT assessment and an ACT feedback report. An ACT assessment is the process of conducting systematic data analysis on precompiled data, comparing it to quantitative and qualitative benchmarks, the benchmarking process, to produce a set of predefined ACT indicators. These indicators are then weighted differently as agreed in each sector methodology to produce scores. An ACT rating is composed of 3 different scores. A performance score, which considers the type and quality of information provided, assessing it from the point of view of key performance indicators, which are ponderated to produce a final score that can vary from 0 to 20. The performance score can be affected by the completeness, the quality, the data sources, and the verification status of the data. Second, a narrative score. It uses an holistic approach responding to ACT's 5 cross-cutting questions based on A, the key performance indicators module by module summarized in the performance score, and B, an analysis of the narrative performance indicators considering 4 criteria. First, strategy and business model. Second, consistency and credibility. Third, reputation. And fourth, risk. It is expressed with letters E to A, being E the lowest rating and A the top rating. And finally, a trend score. The trend score indicates the assessor's opinion on the future evolution of the company rating and its likelihood of going up, meaning increased alignment with the low carbon transition, or going down or be stable. It is expressed by a plus, minus, and equal signal. Now that we have seen what the scores are, let us briefly look at 5 different scoring methods developed to create the scores. For the quantitative indicators, 3 main scoring methods are used. The gap method, that measures the gap at time t between the company's performance and the level of performance expected in the 2-degree scenario. The assessment focuses on the level of remaining effort the company needs to deploy to reach the 2-degree benchmark. The ratio method, through which year-on-year cumulative data can be analyzed and compared with a benchmark level. An example is the inferred locked-in emissions of CO2 generating assets of a company versus a 2-degree compatible carbon budget for that company. The trend method, through which information of the company's performance over past years can be compared to necessary future trends to get to 2-degree compatible objectives. For qualitative indicators, fixed and dynamic maturity metrics were created. A maturity matrix is used when qualitative datasets need to be benchmarked. Different possible and relevant qualitative states for the data are graded and define the status of the indicator. The indicator is set by analyzing where the company is in this grading tool. The maturity framework is called FIX when the grading system used for screening purposes has been pre-established. In other cases, the qualitative information might be too heterogeneous to be applied to a fixed maturity matrix. In this case, a dynamic maturity matrix is used. The qualitative states used for the screening processes are not pre-established, but defined considering the data that is being analyzed. It works almost as a word cloud, in which you analyze text patterns to understand what words are most relevant. Finally, I will introduce the basic structure of an ACT feedback report. It contains 3 main parts. The first is the section on performance, narrative and trend scoring results. This is the communication of the ACT rating and its three main scoring components. The second is the commentary. This is a textual explanation of the performance, narrative and trend scoring results, which focus on the main shortcomings identified in the company assessment that have resulted in the company losing points. It should also provide pointers and leads for short-term improvement of the rating and company low-carbon transition alignment. Third, rating highlights. Each feedback report contains relevant visual representation of important indicators or groups of indicators. These examples may be similar for all companies in a particular sector, or they may be tailored to the organization to make the feedback report more relevant for that company. Later on, you will see in more detail what is in an ACT feedback report. This is all for now. Thank you.